They told you aging meant slowing down. That leg pain, restless nights, and rising blood pressure were just part of the package after 60. But what if that story is wrong? What if the real culprit isn't your age, but what's on your plate at dinner? In this video, we reveal the shocking truth behind one common nighttime food that's silently weakening your legs and damaging your kidneys while you sleep. Doctors are sounding the alarm, and once you know what this food is, you may never look at your dinner the same way again. Stay with us. Your health may depend on it. They told you it was just aging, that the stiffness in your calves, the burning in your thighs, or that unsettling numbness in your toes was simply part of growing older. You're over 60 now. They said, of course your legs feel weak at night. But what if that explanation wasn't only dismissive? What if it was dangerously incomplete? What if the real culprit was sitting on your dinner plate, night after night, silently sabotaging your legs while you slept? It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? After all, how could something as simple as your evening meal cause such consistent discomfort, fatigue, or even pain in your legs? You might be thinking, I've been eating this food for decades. It can't be the problem. But here's what doctors are now beginning to uncover. A specific nighttime food, commonly consumed by older adults, is creating the perfect storm for nighttime leg discomfort. And worse, it's accelerating hidden kidney damage that often goes undetected until it's too late. This isn't about fast food or processed junk you already know to avoid. This is about something deceptively innocent, something most seniors consume thinking it's safe, even healthy. But under the surface, it's causing subtle inflammation, drawing minerals from your bones and muscles, and throwing off the delicate electrolyte balance your legs rely on for strength, stability, and restful sleep. And if you've been waking up with cramps, numbness, tingling, or restless legs, this food may be playing a bigger role than you ever imagined. So what is it? We'll get there, but first, let's talk about why your legs seem to suffer more at night. See, after 60, your circulatory system isn't quite as efficient as it once was. Blood flow to the extremities, especially the legs, tends to weaken with age. This means your muscles aren't getting as much oxygen, your nerves aren't receiving the same level of nourishment, and your legs are more prone to fatigue, twitching, and soreness, particularly when you're lying still in bed. Add in reduced hydration, common nutrient deficiencies like magnesium and potassium, and suddenly, the legs become the body's battleground, where minor imbalances quickly escalate into major discomfort. Now imagine this. You've just finished dinner. It's something familiar, comforting, even, but it's high in phosphorus. Maybe it's overloaded with sodium. Maybe it's been fried, frozen, or overly seasoned. And without realizing it, you just triggered a cascade of physiological responses. Calcium is being leached from your bones to balance out the phosphorus spike. Your kidneys, already slow with age, are struggling to filter out the excess. Your leg muscles, already craving electrolytes, are now starving. You go to bed, and the pain begins. Doctors call it nocturnal muscle cramping or restless leg syndrome. But behind the diagnosis lies a question few physicians ask. What did you eat? Let's be clear. Your dinner habits don't just affect your waistline or cholesterol. They affect your circulation, your nerve signaling, and your organ function. And if you're eating the wrong food at night, the results can be quietly devastating. In fact, a recent clinical study revealed that one particular category of foods, often consumed as part of a normal senior dinner, is directly correlated with increased risk of both kidney stress and nighttime leg symptoms. Not in 20 years, not in 5, but now. Here's what makes it even more alarming. By the time you feel leg weakness, your kidneys may have already lost over 30% of their function. The connection between leg strength and kidney health is rarely discussed, but it's real. Kidneys regulate vital minerals like calcium, potassium, and magnesium. When they falter, your muscles pay the price, especially in your lower limbs. That heavy leg feeling? The one that makes it hard to get out of a chair or climb stairs. It might not be your age. It might be your kidneys crying out for help, and the food you're eating at night might be pushing them closer to failure. So what's the food causing all this damage? Before we reveal it, take a moment to reflect. Have you ever eaten something at night and woken up with stiff legs the next morning? Have you noticed that some dinners leave you feeling bloated, achy, or dehydrated? Do your legs feel more restless on some nights than others? And is it possible those nights correspond with a certain meal? If your answer is yes, you're not imagining things. In fact, one nephrologist recently commented, "We see a pattern in older adults with nighttime leg complaints, and often matches dietary patterns involving processed meats, canned soups, and certain high-sodium dinners." It's not just about salt. It's about how these foods overwork the kidneys and disrupt neuromuscular balance. Let's break this down even further. When you consume high-phosphorus foods, like certain deli meats, boxed mac and cheese, or even dark-colored colas, your kidneys have to work overtime to process and excrete the excess. In youth, your kidneys can handle this without much issue. But after 60, not so much. Over time, this can lead to phosphate buildup, a major contributor to vascular calcification, meaning your blood vessels, including those in your legs, literally become more rigid. That stiffness reduces blood flow, leads to nerve compression, and makes it harder for your legs to reset and repair during sleep. And remember, this happens in silence. You won't feel it the night you eat the food. You'll feel it weeks, months, or years later, when walking becomes harder, stairs feel steeper, and balance becomes unsteady. But here's the good news, and it's important. When seniors remove this food from their dinner routines, many report a rapid improvement in leg strength, sleep quality, and even kidney blood markers. This isn't a theory. It's a growing body of real-world, real patient evidence that's changing how we understand aging in food. In the next section, we'll reveal exactly which food is behind this issue and why it's so deceptively common. We'll also show you how it's affecting your kidneys while you sleep, silently wearing down your body's filtration system night after night. Stay with us, because understanding this one connection could be the first step toward reclaiming your strength, protecting your kidneys, and waking up with energized legs and a lighter body. You may not feel it, but while you're asleep, something alarming may be happening inside your body. Quietly, steadily, unnoticed. Each night, as you settle into bed, your kidneys begin their most critical task: filtering toxins, balancing fluids, regulating blood pressure, and managing the very minerals your muscles and nerves rely on. But what if, instead of resting, your kidneys are going to overdrive, fighting to clean up the mess left by one common dinner food? It's a food so ordinary, so embedded in the average senior's evening meal, that it rarely raises suspicion. In fact, you may have been told it's part of a balanced diet. But when consumed at night, especially after age 60, this food can become a slow-acting toxin, quietly taxing your kidneys until one day they begin to falter. No pain, no warning, just creeping damage that shows up too late, when symptoms like leg swelling, chronic fatigue, or high blood pressure have already set in. The issue isn't just what you're eating, it's when. You see, as we age, our kidneys naturally lose efficiency. By the time we hit our 60s or 70s, most of us have lost 30 to 40% of kidney filtration capacity, even if our lab tests still say normal. Add a nighttime meal high in sodium, phosphorus, and preservatives, and now you're asking your aging kidneys to do the equivalent of running a marathon right before sleep. What happens next? Blood vessels constrict. Electrolyte levels destabilize. Calcium begins leaching from bones to neutralize phosphate overload. And the result? Legs that ache, muscles that cramp, nerves that misfire. But even more concerning, kidneys that begin to scar from the inside, quietly progressing toward chronic damage. Doctors have long warned about excess sodium, but what many seniors aren't told is how phosphorus additives, found in packaged meats, fast food, and certain flavored drinks, are even more dangerous. These additives are absorbed at nearly 100% efficiency, forcing the kidneys to work overtime to expel them. Over time, this stress leads to something called nephron fatigue, a decline in the tiny filtering units of the kidney that cannot be reversed. And while you sleep, that damage accumulates. One night becomes 10, 10 becomes 100, and soon you're waking up tired, sore, and wondering why your legs feel so heavy. It's not just aging. It's a warning sign your kidneys are struggling under the weight of something avoidable. In the next part of this story, we'll uncover real patient cases. Seniors who removed this food and felt dramatic improvements in both leg strength and kidney labs. But for now, ask yourself, What did I eat for dinner last night? And how did I feel this morning? At first, Linda thought the tightness in her calves was just part of aging. She was 68, still active, still independent. But the leg cramps started creeping in more often, first every few weeks, then almost nightly. Her doctor ran a few tests, chalked it up to getting older, and prescribed a magnesium supplement. It didn't help. What changed everything wasn't new medication. It was removing one food from her nightly dinner. Linda's story isn't unique. Across the country, more and more seniors are discovering that the pain in their legs, the fatigue in their bodies, and even their rising creatinine levels have less to do with aging and more to do with what they're eating after 6 p.m. The real breakthrough came not from pills, but from pausing and asking, what if my dinner is hurting me? Jim, a retired firefighter from Arizona, had been eating the same meal every evening for years. Grilled sausage, white rice, and a canned vegetable. It's what I grew up on, he explained. But his legs had begun cramping so badly that he couldn't sleep through the night. After reading about the hidden dangers of phosphorus additives and sodium nitrate in processed meats, Jim made one small change. He swapped his sausage for grilled chicken breast, seasoned with herbs instead of salt. Within a week, the cramps had eased. Within a month, he was sleeping through the night for the first time in over a year. At his next checkup, his kidney function had stabilized, and for the first time in a long time, he felt in control. Then there's Evelyn. She's 72 and had been dealing with unexplained fatigue, tingling in her legs, and swelling around her ankles. Her doctor was monitoring her kidney function closely. It was slowly declining, and no one knew why. One dietitian finally asked a game-changing question. Do you drink diet soda at dinner? Evelyn admitted she did. 2 cans every night, to be exact. It turned out her favorite drink contained phosphorus additives, which were stressing her kidneys every time she consumed it. She cut the soda. 3 months later, her kidney numbers improved, and the swelling disappeared. These aren't isolated stories. They're part of a growing body of evidence. When seniors remove kidney-aggravating foods from their nighttime routine, their health begins to rebound. Leg pain fades. Sleep improves. Blood tests stop trending downward. And hope, something many thought they'd lost, returns. Coming up, we'll explore why older bodies react so strongly to these foods, even when they didn't cause problems in younger years. But these stories offer something far more powerful than data. They offer proof. Proof that change is possible, that dinner can either destroy or restore, and that for every senior waking up with aching legs or worsening labs, there's a path forward, starting with one plate at a time. You trust your doctor. You follow the prescriptions. You eat what they recommend, or at least what seems healthy. So why is it that despite doing everything right, your legs still ache at night, your energy keeps dipping, and your kidney numbers continue to drift in the wrong direction? The truth is unsettling. Many doctors aren't trained to look at food as the root cause of chronic symptoms in seniors, especially when the food in question is so commonplace, so culturally normal, that it rarely raises red flags. But here's the thing. Your body after 60 is not the same as it was at 30 or even 50. The rules change. Your kidney filtration slows. Your ability to excrete excess sodium, phosphorus, and metabolic waste becomes less efficient. Your blood vessels lose flexibility. Your muscles, especially in your legs, become more sensitive to even minor nutrient imbalances. That same salty snack or processed meat you used to tolerate now leaves a very different imprint. Leg cramps, fluid retention, nerve sensitivity, and slow-building kidney stress. Yet most routine checkups don't dig deep enough to connect these dots. A senior patient says, "My legs feel heavy." The doctor checks circulation, maybe prescribes a painkiller, but rarely does anyone ask, "What did you have for dinner last night?" Worse, seniors are often prescribed medications that amplify the damage when combined with certain foods. Take diuretics, for instance, commonly given for high blood pressure. They deplete potassium and magnesium, 2 minerals critical for muscle and nerve function. Now imagine taking that pill and washing it down with a high-sodium, high-phosphorus meal. The result? A perfect storm of cramping, twitching, and kidney strain. But because the symptoms come on slowly, subtly, even silently, they're written off as just aging. But aging alone isn't the problem. It's how aging bodies interact with modern diets, stress, and medications. And the missing piece is education. Many well-meaning doctors simply weren't taught about the complex relationship between food, mineral balance, and kidney load, especially in elderly patients. Nutritional science moves fast. Medical curriculums don't always keep up. And that means many seniors are left navigating a minefield blindfolded. So, if your legs are whispering to you, through pain, tightness, or numbness, listen. They may be trying to say what your doctor hasn't. Your body's chemistry has changed. Your dinner habits may need to change too. And knowing what foods not to eat may be just as important as knowing which ones to include. In the next and final section, we'll walk through exactly what you should eat at night to support your legs, protect your kidneys, and reclaim your vitality after 60. Because healing is possible, but only when you know where to start. Now that you know what might be hurting your legs and silently burdening your kidneys, there's one question left. What should I eat instead? Because the truth is, the path to healing isn't just about removing the wrong food. It's about replacing it with meals that nourish your body, calm your nerves, and allow your kidneys to recover, especially at night, when the body enters its natural repair mode. Imagine a dinner that doesn't leave you bloated, cramping, or waking up with swollen ankles. Imagine a meal that actually helps your legs feel lighter, your blood vessels more relaxed, and your kidneys less strained. Sounds too good to be true? It's not. It's what happens when you swap processed, phosphorus-loaded, high-sodium foods with calming, mineral-rich, anti-inflammatory ingredients designed specifically with seniors in mind. Start with magnesium-rich vegetables like steamed spinach, sautéed zucchini, or lightly roasted Brussels sprouts. These not only support muscle relaxation, but also promote better nerve signaling, especially crucial if you've been experiencing tingling or twitching in your legs. Pair them with a lean protein like grilled wild salmon or baked skinless turkey breast, both of which provide essential amino acids without overloading your system with phosphorus additives or sodium preservatives. Add in a slow-burning carbohydrate like quinoa, sweet potato, or brown rice to help stabilize blood sugar overnight. Because blood sugar crashes can also trigger nighttime wake-ups and restless limbs. And don't forget to drizzle a bit of extra virgin olive oil or sprinkle turmeric and black pepper, natural anti-inflammatories that reduce the subtle swelling that burdens aging legs and kidneys. But it's not just about the food, it's about when and how you eat. A heavy, late dinner, especially one with high salt or meat content, forces your kidneys to stay active while the rest of your body is trying to wind down. Instead, aim to eat your last full meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, giving your system time to process and begin repair mode. If you get hungry later, reach for a gentle snack, a banana for potassium, a handful of almonds for magnesium, or even a calming cup of lettuce tea. Yes, you read that right. Your kidneys and your legs need time, space, and the right fuel to heal. And by making smart, intentional choices with your evening meals, you can change the entire trajectory of your health after 60. Coming up, we'll share a full 7-day dinner menu crafted by geriatric nutritionists. Simple, flavorful, kidney-friendly meals that work with your body instead of against it. But for now, take a moment to appreciate this truth. You have the power to feel better, not through medicine, but through every bite you choose.